the Mighty Marvel Show, and I'm Paul, and it is time to look at these sweet Marvel Legends Retro 3.75-inch figures. But it is tinged with a bit of sadness because it's potentially the last wave. Today, not looking at these, well, we will look at these, but not specifically. I'm going to talk about these. First off, the Mighty Doom. Doctor Doom. Look at it. Look at it. Loads of thoughts about this. We will come back to Doctor Doom. Then we will look at this one. Ghost Rider. 60th anniversary of Ghost Rider. Perfect timing for this little retro set. Lot more chat about that in a bit. But I'm going to start with these two figures. So we've got Luke Cage, Power Man, and we've got Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman. These are great. Let me just move that into camera a little bit. There we go. So this is potentially the last wave. So these two, Ghost Rider and Doctor Doom, is potentially the last four in this set. Now, Hasbro has said they are, inverted commas, resting the range for the moment. Now, that might be true, but it's a bit like when the Spice Girls, Target reference, and One Direction, even more Target reference, split up. They never actually split up. They just said they were going off and doing different projects, and then they never got back together again apart from the expensive, spectacular reunion concerts. So, I don't know. There's a load of missed opportunities, which I'll talk a bit more about later, that I'd like to have seen with this set. Because I've got all of these, every single one that they've released right the way through. So, and I think they're getting better and better every time. Talk a bit more about that in a minute. But let's look at these two. I'm going to start here with Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman. A glorious costume. Absolutely one of the all-time costumes. So famous for this character. The box is brilliant on this one. To know her is to fear her. The Spider-Woman. Brilliant logo. Also very much like the cartoon that you got back in the 60s and 70s as well. But right up there with their own ongoing comic book. The classic costume. The hair even flows the same as it does on the box. So you can really recreate that. The paint application is excellent on this one. It's really, really nice and clean. The legs, you'd have the articulation. Now, I don't open most of these, apart from the ones in the back there. There's a few that I do. I will probably get some duplicates this one because I really do love the Spider-Woman one. So I will open that. Artwork design is great on the box. Really, really cool and funky. Let's have a look at the rhyme on the back. Let's see what they're giving us. Agent Avenger and Private Eye. Evildoers beware when Spider-Woman glides by. Yes, that's a good one. It rhymes this time and it makes sense and it's pretty cool and it doesn't sound like something that Yoda would say. So that is really good. So I like that one. This is a great, great figure. That definitely goes up on the display. Okay, now let's look at Luke Cage, Power Man himself. This is awesome. I absolutely love it. Love this design. Love the character. If you want to have a few gripes, maybe I would have liked the blue trousers, particularly because it's on the box. Come on, blue trousers on the box, black trousers on the character. But I mean, it looks excellent. The only one thing I'm not too sure about though, and maybe it's my eyes, and maybe you can see it on the camera, is his head a bit too small for his body? I don't know. Now, I know he's properly shredded. We all know that with Luke Cage. He's proper got that six-pack and that big, glorious chest going on. And it's epically cool and a fantastic new design for this character with the collar on there as well and the belt. It's gloriously designed. But the head, I don't know. It just looks a bit too small for the body to me. And especially if you do a comparison, let me put him up back against Spider-Woman. What do you think? I think his head just looks a little bit too small for the body. Maybe it is the exaggeration of the muscles on him. It could be that. I don't know. But I don't know. It just looks a little bit too small for me. That's the only thing. Let's take Spider-Woman out of the way now. That's the only thing that I'm not sure about, but it looks absolutely glorious. Sweet Christmas, when the people of Harlem find their straits to be dire, bit of Yoda speak, they reach out to Power Man, hero for hire. That is cool. I do like that one. It is a little bit straits to be dire, but I get what they've done. It does work. However, that does lead us on to a little bit of extra sadness with this range. If it's rested and it comes back, great. If it's not rested and we don't see it again, then we're not getting the other part of the Heroes for Hire, Iron Fist, which would be the point of that. And Hasbro were very clear in the last set of releases that they were having teams and having pairs. You had all the Fantastic Four. You had Loki and Thor. You have Spider-Man and Green Goblin. Black costume Spider-Man and Venom. They've matched up these pairs, but they're not going to do this now. So things like that do maybe give me hope that the range does come back. I know that they're very popular, but I just don't know. It just seems with some of the other ranges that Hasbro are focusing on that they're moving away from this one now, and that we won't see this one return. The worry for me then, the missed opportunities for me there are things like the Secret Wars set. So 2024 will be the 40th anniversary of the first Secret Wars comic. An all-timer, an absolute classic. Responsible for so much mythos in the Marvel comic universe. But we're missing a lot of characters, and if you look at the lineup here between the heroes and the villains, we're missing loads of characters. Now, it might be epically awesome to get a big set for 2024 that completes this, and you know what, I would pay for a big box where you can see the figures in the front all lined up, and then on the back you've got the artwork for each one with each character's little Yoda rhyme on there. That would be great. I would be really, really pleased and happy with that. And that would really finish that off. So I don't know. I would love to get that. I don't know if it's going to happen. We're also missing some brilliant characters, which I think would just look so cool. We're missing Doctor Strange, for example, who I'm a bit biased, one of my favourite characters. But that costume would look great. And I just think there's some missed opportunities. Characters like the Shocker and the Sandman would go great because you've got some of the Spider-Man's villain gallery. You've got Green Goblin, you've got Electro, and you've got Venom. Really bright, colourful characters that would work really well. But we don't have that, so I have to lament that, unfortunately. Now, the other thing I am also going to lament as well is, and I've only really just noticed this in my excitement to play with these boxes. If I line these up, here's the three that we've got. So there's Doom. Oh, no, Spider-Woman, just off camera, but she's just there. Now, these do not have the punched card. These come direct from Hasbro. All my other waves have all got unpunched mint on card. And these ones don't. And that is, again, it's a real small pedantic nerd point. But it's a point I'm quite interested in. And if you're going to have these things up on the display, and let's face it, we're nerds, that's what we do with them, it's missing the mint on card unpunched hole. And equally, so is Ghost Rider as well. So that's disappointing because yes, obviously the stock that goes out to, you know, to your toy retailers that you get in hand, yes, they're obviously punched because they put them up on the shelves, on the hooks. But I've never got any from Hasbro that don't have the unpunched card on them. So that's, again, I know it's a first world problem. I totally get that, but that is a little bit of frustration. So that's those. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to spend some time just talking about Dr. Doom, just Dr. Doom, because it's an epically cool character. I'm going to have a look at him because I have got a duplicate of him, because obviously, why not? In classic Dr. Doom style, he always has the Doom bots available. So here is Doom and his Doombot, or Dr. Doom. Let's look at this figure in a bit more detail right now. Right, let's talk Doom. Let's talk Dr. Doom very quickly. Let's have a look at the back of the box. Heroes fail where his presence looms. Tremble before the might of Doctor Doom? Almost, maybe, not sure. Bit of a pass on that one. It's not the best rhyme, but never mind the best rhyme. It is an unbelievable figure. It's so good. I mean, I think, again, frustratingly, as we get towards the end of this line, or the current end of this line with Arrest, the glorious detail, they've really gone for it on this one. Really gone for it. You've got patterning, you've got texture on his tunic, you've got very clever design on the tunic on the legs here. So you've got full range of the legs, which sometimes you have restricted movement on the 6-inch versions because of the tunic and the nature of material. And but you very cleverly still got the raised edge on it as well. So it actually looks properly like a tunic and not just painted on to the side of the costume there. Really, really clever. Now, the obvious example of that as a detractor from that is this stealth Iron Man, which we've got here, and you can see that's just painted on. So yes, it's armor, but actually that could have benefited from the same as the boots here. That could have benefited from being raised on there as well, but it wasn't, and we didn't get that. I will carefully put him back without smashing everything up on the display. Yes, there we go. So they've really gone for it with this Doom. The detail is brilliant. The face is excellent. Let's try and get that in close on there. Real classic comic Doctor Doom. You can see the rivets on it around the eyes. The eye paint application is excellent. That's really, really good. I really like that. Great detail, clean paint job there on the chain that holds his cape on. That's really good. The belt buckle is excellent. They've even gone for the yellow on the belt buckle, which they didn't need to do. They could have kept it very basic. And again, looking at Thor's belt there, as you can see, just plain yellow all the way through. But they've really gone for it on Doom's there. So that is fantastic. This is the best one of all this range, I think, in terms of the quality it's given it. It's a great colour scheme. It's Dr. Freaking Doom. It's a great colour scheme anyway. It works perfectly. Brilliant textures in the cape as well, and they've been quite good at those with the cape so far. So that looks so cool. It's just an all-timer. I really, really love this one, and I'm very, very glad I got the multiple. Oh, don't die, Doom. There he is. That I got the multiple to put him out on display. So I'm now going to give you a little bit of a look at scaling him up against these ones here, so you can see how they all stack up. Okay, let's talk Ghost Rider. Now, we'll get to the figure in a minute. Let's talk about the box. I have very mixed emotions about this because the whole range of the 3.75s are all about the figure on display in the box. It's about the packaging, it's about the cool artwork, it's about the figure. Now, I really am disappointed that we've gone for the plastic-free packaging. I'm an advocate of plastic-free packaging. It's been very badly done by Hasbro, I've got to say though, but I am an advocate of reducing the plastic. But these are designed to show the figure. This should clearly have in the box, like you've got there on the top, that should clearly be what you get. You should see Johnny Blaze and the bike. And they've even annoyed us here by putting that there. Show the figure. Put a little window there, at least see the figure. Yes, the artwork's great. Yes, the artwork is cool. But seriously, give us the figure, or even do it there in the box, in display, so you can show it like that. So that is really frustrating, because the whole point of these is to have one epic display with them all up. You see the figure, you see the artwork, and I can't do it with this one, and that is disappointing. So on that basis, as I've done with all the Hasbro's, or not done with the 6-inch figures lately, I don't buy duplicates anymore, because what's the point? Because there's nothing to display if it's just artwork or photo of the figure. So I've only bought the one of this one, and I am going to open it, and Johnny Blaze is going to come out, because it'll go up on the shelf with obviously these guys that you've got here. So I'm going to put him with them. So yes, that's frustrating. I would have liked to really see the character in the box, but you don't. So it is what it is. But anyway, the box is great. The character himself, let's have a look. The Ghost Rider arrives. Now, this is so good. It's so good. It's so cool. Let's take him off the bike first of all. Okay, there you go. So, sits on very easy. You've got a really excellent, you know, in my head, I always think of this as a 70s Johnny Blaze costume, but actually it went right the way through the 80s as well. It looks wicked. The paint application is brilliant. The belt, awesome. Really good. Again, face detail is excellent. And as you can see, you've actually got, which is very unlike the retro range, actual fire, properly, brilliantly lit and painted. It looks like it's actually a glow. It looks excellent. The face sculpt is awesome. It's so good. Really pleased. Brand new collar on this one. It's just wicked. It's brilliant. Hands in the position as you saw there, as I had him on the bike, that grips the bike nicely. So let's just put Mr. Blaze over here. The bike itself is great. Not getting any sort of patterning or textures or any, you know, coloration within it. That's fine, because you're getting the comic book version. So the plain red as it was depicted in the comics works absolutely fine. It looks great. The stand, you've got a little stand there, so actually there you go, you take the stand off so you can drive the bike along. The stand works perfectly when GR is on it. The ghost head, the skull is excellent on there. It looks great. The Ghost Rider on the side and the other side, and you've even got the petrol cap painted, the gas tank painted as well on there. So that is really wicked. I love it. He sits on there well. So the hands do go on very easily. He says he puts one on, it comes straight off. But there you go, that proves it's easily. So let's get that hand on. Let's get that hand on. There is Ghost Rider standing up, sat down on his bike, and that hand's just come off again. So it looks sweet. It really does. So let's have a little look at Ghost Rider, how he matches up against some of these other bad boys. Okay, my friends, that is it. That is my look at this wave. I hope it isn't the last wave. I really do. There's loads I still love to see with this and I love to get. But in the meantime, I am going to enjoy these bad boys. I am going to work up my display. I'll probably come back and do a few videos and actually go through wave by wave with these as well, because I know you guys love commenting back on the ones that you want and the ones that you got and your wish list as well. So I'm obviously not going to do a wish list because that might be very wishful thinking, but I'm definitely going to revisit the ones we've got and get them all out and do some compares and contrasts again. I'm going to revisit the whole thing because they are so cool, they are so fun, and they really are back to the nostalgia for me of this sort of whole era. My golden generation, for me it was the silver age of Marvel Comics, but for me it was the golden age of Marvel Comics. So all these characters sit within that. Lot of love for all of these, lot of love for all the other little dudes that we've got already, and hopefully we get more in the future. That is it. Do what you normally do, like, comment, subscribe. That would be great. Thanks so much, and I will see you on another video. Bye for now.